Madam Ambassador, welcome to Georgia.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here. We understand that you're here for the Teach Africa program.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about your involvement in that program over the years?
Oh, thank you. I've been involved with Teach Africa for many, many years now. Of course, I've known the founders of Africa Society for a long time. They were good friends. The founders were Leonard Robinson and Bernadette Paolo, and they have been friends. We have been friends, rather. I've been involved in the program for about 3 to 4 years now, and the very first time I participated in the Teach Africa has been in Pittsburgh, where I've participated at least a couple of times. And then I participated in Teach Africa program in Houston, Texas, and Atlanta is my 4th time. And you might wonder why. First of all, I myself am an educator, and I do understand the importance of learning about other countries, about other cultures, and it enriches our knowledge and it promotes a better understanding of the world. Teach Africa program is very dear to me because I've been, as a professor, a university professor in the United States. I remember every time at the beginning of the semester or a quarter, when I taught in a quarter system university, I would ask my students questions about European countries or about African countries. The first thing I did, I would give them the map of Europe, and the next day I'll give them the map of Africa, and I'll ask them to identify the different countries. And I came to find out that the students had a very poor knowledge about geography, about the cultures of outside of the United States, and especially about Africa, because most of the time they missed almost everything. Sometimes they put France on the continent of Africa. Sometimes they put Congo inside Nigeria, for instance, etc. And as a professor of language and literature, you cannot exclude the culture, the history from literature. So all that was, for me, it took a comprehensive approach of knowledge of other countries and other continents to have a better understanding, even a better understanding of your own world.
Do you think that the school systems throughout the United States are now more open to these kinds of programs?
Yes, I think when I look back, from when I started, I myself as a graduate student and then as a professor, and when I go into schools today, there have been tremendous progress. In many colleges today, you find a Center for International Studies, for instance. That did not exist when I was a graduate student. So that's really a major step forward. Even in the teaching of languages, as methodologies evolved, it became more, they started to incorporate more and more the culture, and the methodology changed. And the focus was no longer on grammar, no longer on vocabulary. The focus was on communication. Then the focus became on the knowledge of the culture of the country. So yes, there have been a lot of progress since.